Robbing an 87-year-old Claremont man will face a judge tomorrow. Well, tonight, the man they're accused of attacking is breathing a sigh of relief now that they're in custody. Our 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is live in Claremont. And Rachel, police are still looking for a third attacker in this case.
They are, Steve, and that brutal home invasion frightened people in this entire neighborhood, which is home to a lot of elderly. Today, the 87-year-old victim told me there were moments during that robbery that he thought for sure he would die.
Bum, 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 bum. Happy birthday to you.
Paul Schmidt has been singing for as long as he can remember.
Happy birthday, God bless you.
But his deep baritone voice came close to being silenced.
At the very end, they went over and shut the door. And I said, ooh, this may be my coup de grace. And the guy came up to me and I said, well, if I go out, I'm going to go out with a little struggle.
Schmidt still has the bruises from that struggle. It was last Wednesday afternoon. He was installing a ceiling fan when three guys burst through his front door.
And said, this is a robbery. And he walked up to me and grabbed his scissors and said, don't mess with us. And I didn't want to die that day.
They hit him over the head with the fan blade, ransacked his home of 53 years, and took off in his truck.
So I said, well, Schmidt, you better back off and let them do their thing, because whatever I got in this house can be replaced.
Police arrested 59-year-old John Slobig and 53-year-old Terry Jones. Each of them has a lengthy criminal history. Police are still looking for the third guy. Now the father of 7 kids and 21 grandchildren isn't taking his safety for granted anymore.
Get a camera, get a doorbell that takes a picture. Don't open your door to people you don't know. Don't do anything crazy. Be calm.
Police say when they arrested the pair, they were in a stolen truck and they had a gun on them. They're due in court tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live in Claremont, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
Can't wait to see that. All right, Rachel, thank you. Less than a week later and less than a mile away, a vicious assault left a 72-year-old man fighting for his life. He was beaten with a crowbar. Police have made an arrest in that attack. We tried tracking down family for an update on the man's condition today, but no one was home. Police told us they also don't have any updates on how the man is doing tonight.
A San Diego police officer could get probation after pleading guilty to assaulting his girlfriend today. Timothy Romberger was arrested back in January. Prosecutors said he pointed a gun at his girlfriend's head and put his hands around her throat. He will be sentenced at the end of August. More than 900 migrant children have been separated from their families at the border since a judge ordered the Trump administration to limit the practice last year. That is according to the American Civil Liberties Union. The judge's order last year ends separations except in certain circumstances. The ACLU says nearly 700 of the children were separated from parents accused of criminal acts. It also said a fifth of all separations are children under 5 years old.
More breaking news here in the 10 News Live Center. A Delta pilot on his way to San Diego from Minneapolis has been arrested for suspicion of being drunk. Now, this is the arrest report here from the Airport Police Department. Here's the information we know so far right here on your screen. The pilot has been identified as Gabriel Lyle Schroeder, was arrested this morning at 11:07, again on suspicion of being an aircraft operator under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Now, Delta has released a statement saying that their alcohol policy is among the strictest in the industry and they have no tolerance for this violation. I'm Melissa Messiha. Back to you.
A possible clue into who put up a racist graffiti on garages in UTC, how this incident could be connected to several others that go back several years.
And out for a fun day of sport fishing, people off the coast of Torrey Pines hook an incredible catch, leading to an incredible sight.
And 2 for 2 great days so far this week. I'll pinpoint when the next warm-up begins. We're back in 2 minutes.
Coming up tonight, the deadly Walmart shooting, an employee shooting coworkers, shooting an officer too. The severe thunderstorm watch tonight, the lightning strike hitting at least 6 people, and the father who dies trying to save his boy in a rip current. Coming up.
San Diego police are getting some help tonight as they investigate racist graffiti spray painted on homes in University City.
One neighbor tells 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena she thinks whoever is behind the graffiti on her neighbor's home has been targeting her for years.
Not again. Not more of this.
That was one of Cheryl Snook's first thoughts after she caught sight of this graffiti containing the N-word on 2 garages in her UTC condo complex Sunday. Although police are investigating it as a hate crime, Snook believes the messages are connected to a string of graffiti directed at her.
I've been threatened with death. I've been threatened with rape. I've been threatened with gang rape.
She's documented more than a dozen incidents with police over the last 4 years and says her car was also vandalized multiple times. She thinks the same person is behind everything.
I see a lot of similarities in different letters that are written on the graffiti that was addressed to me, and also this most recent graffiti.
The graffiti comes just a few months after a letter was circulated around the complex claiming to be written by Snook, expressing racist views. She strongly denies writing it.
I don't believe any of the information that's contained that. It is the exact opposite of how I feel.
We asked her why someone would target her, and she believes it's all connected to her position on the HOA board.
It all started with enforcement of HOA rules. That's the whole entire basis of this.
In addition to police, Snook says she's reached out to her city council member and tried to take legal action to protect herself, but is still living in fear.
I wake up in the morning wondering what's going to happen next.
Lindsay Pena, 10 News.
There are cameras in the complex, but none captured images that could point to a suspect. If you have any information about these incidents, you're urged to call San Diego police.
Sandag plans to tear down a bridge across Harbor Drive to add protected bike lanes, but some worry that's now going to put pedestrians at risk. The bridge spans Harbor Drive and 32nd Street, leading to Naval Base San Diego. But people that we talked to seem split on what to do. Some don't mind, but others, they worry that losing the bridge means they'll have to dodge traffic at the intersection, or that more people might jaywalk and cause even more accidents. In response to those concerns, Sandag said in a statement, quote, "Safety is the utmost concern, and improvements are proposed to enhance the entire intersection, including adding pedestrian push buttons, striped crosswalks, median landings, and other safety measures."
3 local school districts are going green on the road. They're getting electric school buses as part of the state's program to ditch diesel-fueled buses. The UT reports La Mesa Spring Valley will get 9, Escondido's getting 2, and Cajon Valley will be getting 1 bus. The buses will cost nearly $70 million in all. The California Energy Commission says the transition will cut down on students' exposure to harmful emissions. Students at San Diego law schools and those around the state had a little boost while taking the bar exam today. They knew exactly what to study because the California Bar accidentally leaked which subjects would be covered. The leak was discovered too late to start over, so the bar simply let everybody know what to prepare for. The state Supreme Court said it plans to investigate how the leak happened. Students are back at their desks tomorrow as the bar exam continues.
Some fishermen made quite the catch off of Torrey Pines yesterday. Those men were out on a fishing trip when they hooked right there what they first thought was a great white shark. Then they realized it was actually a mako shark. They guessed it to be around 500 pounds and close to 10 feet long. They said they were planning to release it back into the water, but after about 5 minutes on the hook, that shark was strong and just broke free.
Now, 10 News Pinpoint Weather, sponsored by Mozzie Heating, Air and Solar, voted Best Heating and Air Company 2 years in a row.
It's kind of nice out on the water right now because you have a little bit of that cloud cover and it's not quite so hot.
That's right. Feeling better all around the county.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a great day to be outside, just to walk to your car. You don't feel like you're suffocating like last week when it was so hot and humid. It is nice out there at the beach. A lot of people are just enjoying the breeze. Temperatures in downtown San Diego, 71 degrees. The wind's coming out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour, and the marine layer is going to continue hovering close to the coastal areas. That's why we're introducing those clouds once again. Inland communities are getting some monsoonal moisture that is going to add humidity across the eastern portion of the county. So either way you go, coast or east, you're going to find humidity and clouds tonight and tomorrow morning. Here's what the winds are doing. Not too windy. We're starting to see that breeze pick up in La Jolla, averaging 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, the marine layer will keep things nice and cool near the coast, and all the way to the valleys, we'll see some patchy fog. Night and morning clouds coming from the southeast as the onshore flow and the monsoonal flow rather moves across the eastern portion of the county. And as the monsoonal moisture moves in, there's a slight chance for thunderstorms, although I don't think it's going to be as good as last week. Here are the clouds. You can see them in our 10 News Pinpoint Rain Futurecast. Most of the activity in relation to those thunderstorms will be outside of the county. For tonight, comfortable too. Mid-60s, much better than the 70s we had all last week. And as we move into our inland communities, temperatures will be dipping down into the mid-60s by 4 o'clock in the morning. So feeling good all around. In our 10 News Pinpoint fly through, we're going to get you ready for tomorrow, starting in the South Bay, 72 degrees, in Chula Vista, 85 in Poway, and Del Mar, 72 degrees, and then over towards Escondido, much better, 85 degrees.